Salmo 78, versículo 50. Le abrió paso a su furor. Aquí dice, mira, dio vía libre a su furor. No les eximió su alma de la muerte. La vida de ellos entregó a la epidemia. Kohla la Yahweh Bahasam Yahweh Bahasam Kakodash Barakati Yahweh Barakati Yahweh Barakati Yahweh Barakati Yahweh Barakati Yahweh Barakati Yahweh. The water Yahweh Bahasam Yahweh Bahasam Kakodash. Doble honrada a los apóstoles, a los ancianos de Yasharala, Great Millstone, Shalom a los escogidos. Yahweh Señor no va a perdonar 2/3 y los gentiles y los va a entregar a pestilencia. Y él va a usar la mano izquierda. Su mano izquierda, Bill Gates. Porque Bill Gates es la mano izquierda de Yahweh Señor. Él es parte de la mano izquierda. Rand Paul, Bill Gates es el mayor financiador de tratar de encontrar virus en cuevas y llevarlos a las grandes ciudades. Esto está a la altura del peligro de una guerra nuclear, pero esto es mucho más insidioso. Y ahí está Bill Gates con Xi Jinping. Al parecer, en Fox News, Paul señaló que Gates visitó China la semana pasada. Bill Gates es el mayor financiador de tratar de encontrar estos virus en cuevas remotas y llevarlos a las grandes ciudades, afirmó Paul, refiriéndose a la investigación de ganancia de función. Entonces lo que sucedió en China es que fueron de 8 a 10 horas al sur de Wuhan, de 2 a 300 pies de profundidad en una cueva, encontraron un virus y lo llevaron de regreso a una ciudad de 15 millones, explicó Paul. Hay muchos científicos que piensan que Bill Gates está equivocado al financiar esto, agregó. No necesitamos estar buscando virus que quizás nunca interactúen con el hombre. Y es peor que eso, traen virus con los que quizás nunca interactuemos, los devuelven al laboratorio, pero luego los manipulan combinándolos con otros virus para crear virus que no existen en la naturaleza, continuó Paul. Pero esto ha sido financiado en gran parte por Bill Gates. Él financia a la OMS más que la mayoría de los países. Así que ahí hay una responsabilidad. Creo que sin darse cuenta ayudó a crear algo que el mayor peligro para la humanidad en este momento es algo que él ha estado financiando, señaló además el senador. Y ahí sigue diciendo, uno de ellos, el que creen que fue el primer científico que se enfermó, la primera persona que se enfermó fue uno de los que creó estos nuevos virus que no se encuentran en la naturaleza. Esta es la ganancia de la investigación funcional y así esto esencialmente cierra el trato, afirmó Paul. Lo que voy a tratar de investigar ahora es quien quiera que haya revelado esto. Si hay documentación de esto, se supone que todo será desclasificado mañana. Y esa legislación fue aprobada por unanimidad. Si podemos obtener esos registros y publicarlos para que todo el público vea que la primera persona que se enfermó fue un científico en el laboratorio, entonces Es un trato hecho, continuó el senador. Aquí él está hablando de C19 ahí. Que la primera persona que se enfermaron fueron esa gente en el laboratorio. Sabemos que salió del laboratorio y todos pueden admitirlo, pero luego podemos pasar a la reforma, afirmó Paul. Y agregó, la reforma es que no deberíamos financiar este tipo de investigación en China, pero tampoco deberíamos financiar este tipo de investigación en los Estados Unidos. Lo que necesitamos es un consorcio internacional de países que acepten voluntariamente restringir esto, enfatizó Paul. Y agregó, Estados Unidos necesita restringir esto. Hay personas que estiman que la próxima vez que esto suceda, la próxima vez que tengamos una fuga de un laboratorio, entre el 5 y el 50% de la población podría morir a causa de otro virus creado por el hombre. Esto es muy serio. Esto está a la altura del control de armas nucleares. Esto está a la altura del peligro de una guerra nuclear. Pero esto es mucho más insidioso, instó el senador. Tú sabes que Yahweh está usando a ese hombre. ¿Ok? Él está usando a ese hombre para traer pestilencia a la tierra. Porque nosotros queremos la misma cosa que quiere Bill Gates. ¿Ok? Nosotros queremos una reducción de la población. Ok, nosotros queremos una reducción de la población. Pero queremos el mismo resultado, pero tenemos diferentes motivos. La mano izquierda tiene el motivo de reducir la población porque hay pocos recursos, pero la mano derecha, okay, que somos nosotros queremos que se reduzca la población porque son impíos. Así que de una manera nosotros queremos que Bill Gates logre su meta de reducir la población. Jeremías 28, versículo 8. Los profetas que nos antecedieron a ti y a mí anunciaron guerras, aflicción y peste contra muchos países y contra grandes reinos. ¿Ok? Ya ha anunciado que va a haber pestilencia y morirán muchos a través de la pestilencia. Okay, yo voy a terminar con esto aquí. Jeremías 44, versículo 13. Que Jeremías habla mucho de pestilencia. Yo castigaré a los que viven en Egipto, okay, Babilonia, Estados Unidos, como antes castigué a los de Jerusalén, con la espada, el hambre y la peste. Ahí Jeremías está diciendo que Estados Unidos va a sufrir muchísimo con pestilencia. Okay, van a haber cosas peores que corona, que va a matar mucha gente. Y Yahweh que sea pronto, man, porque este mundo es demasiado impío. 2/3 no se quieren arrepentir y ellos se merecen todo esos castigos de Yahweh se merecen toda la destrucción que Yahweh tienen planeado para todos aquellos que le tienen odio, que están en contra del Señor. Yo lo voy a dejar ahí. Si están escuchando en español, Shalom. Psalm 78, verse 50. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. That's what Yahweh is doing. Right? And we always say the Lord is getting ready to do this. Hey man, the Lord is doing it. All right? The Lord is doing it. The Most High is bringing pestilence. All right, and he's using this man to do it right here, man. Using Bill Gates right here. All right, Rand Paul. Bill Gates is the largest funder of trying to find viruses in caves and bring them to big cities. Appearing on Fox News, Paul noted that Gates visited China last week. Bill Gates is the largest funder of trying to find these viruses in remote caves and bring them to big cities, Paul asserted, referring to gain-of-function research. So what happened in China is they went 8 to 10 hours south of Wuhan, 200 to 300 feet deep into a cave, found viruses and took them back to a city of 15 million, Paul further explained. There are many, many scientists who think that Bill Gates is wrong in funding this, he added. We don't need to be searching for viruses that may never interact with man. And it's worse than that. They bring viruses that we may never interact with. They bring them back to the lab, but then they manipulate them by combining them with other viruses to create viruses that don't exist in nature, Paul continued. But this has largely been funded by Bill Gates. He funds the WHO more than most countries do. So there's a responsibility there. I think he's inadvertently helped to create something that the biggest danger to mankind right now is something that he's been funding, the senator further noted. Paul was responding to reporting last week by Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi that outlined how the first people to contract the C were scientists working in the Wuhan virology lab. One of them, the one they think that was the first scientist to get sick, the first person to get sick, was one of the ones creating these new viruses not found in nature. This is the gain-of-function research, and so this essentially closes the deal, Paul stated. What I'm going to try to pursue now is whoever revealed this, if there's documentation of this, it's all supposed to be declassified tomorrow, and that legislation passed unanimously. If we can get those records and actually put it out there for all the people to see that the first person that got sick was a scientist at the lab, then it's a done deal, the senator continued. We know it came from the lab and everybody can just admit it, but then we can move to the reform, Paul further stated, adding, the reform is we shouldn't be funding this kind of research in China, but we also shouldn't be funding this kind of research in the United States. What we need is an international consortium of countries that will voluntarily agree to restrict this, Paul emphasized, adding, the United States needs to restrict this. There are people estimating that the next time this happens, the next time we have a leak from a lab, that between 5 to 50% of the population could die from another man-made virus. Hey, and that would be way worse than the C-19. So imagine the lockdowns from that. Imagine something much more serious than C-19 comes out. The lockdowns would be crazy, man. Like I'm picturing 2024. Well, maybe not that extreme, but probably like 22 hour lockdowns. You only got like an hour outside of your house, so you can do what you got to do, and that's why they want to bring in those 15-minute cities, so people do what they got to do real quickly, get their groceries, etc. And that's it. This is very, very serious. This is up there with nuclear arms control. This is up there with the danger of nuclear war. But this is much more insidious, the senator urged. Now that part I don't agree with, all right? That nuclear threat, that's way worse than anything. All right, that's the final prophecy before Yahweh Shai comes back. But this pestilence, man, that's no joke either. All right? And Jeremiah talked a lot about that. Jeremiah 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, so the prophets have been talking about this for a long time. about the war. This shit's going on. The pestilence that's going on, and it's gonna get even worse. Yeah, how about Señor is using, Billy there on the left hand side to bring about pestilence, man. And you know what? Hey, if you're really in this truth, you want him to succeed, man. Because the left hand, I always said the left hand and the right hand, we got similar goals, but different motives. All right, the left hand wants a global depopulation. They want to reduce the world population because they say there's not enough resources, that's a lie. I already know that there's videos out there that prove that's a lie. There's enough resources for everybody on the planet for several times, for more than even 14 to 15 billion people, man. Even more than that. All right, there's enough resources, there's enough land for everyone. All right, believe it or not, there's enough land. There's a video out there showing that you can give everybody like an acre. You can give a family. You can give a family of three or four, something like that, 3 or 4 people, 1 acre. Imagine that, 1 acre of land. And there'd be enough space to fit everybody in the world in the state of Texas. And the rest of the world would be free for agriculture or further development. So, the resource thing is a lie. It's a lie. All right, there's enough resources for everybody. But the right hand wants depopulation. All right, the right hand wants these judgments to come because most of the world is wicked. All right, they want depopulation over resources. We want depopulation over wickedness. All right, you wicked got to be destroyed. All right, the wicked need to be punished. So the Most High is using this man for that. Now the thing is they want to target also the righteous, which is not going to happen. All right, because Yahweh Shah is gonna protect the righteous. He's gonna protect his elect. But everybody else, man, 2/3 and the heathens are fair game for the devil. In Jeremiah 44 verse 13, for I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, all right, aka America, aka Babylon, as I have punished Jerusalem by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. Those are the big three, all right, the big 3 punishments from the Most High. All right, he's gonna bring more pestilence. He's gonna use this devil, Bill Gates, all right, because he's a devil. I would respect Bill Gates more if he was open and honest about his depopulation plans. If he spoke like we do in the camps, hey man, these people gotta go, they gotta be destroyed. If he spoke like that, man, I have respect for him. Like, oh, for real, he's saying that now. He's saying it openly. People gotta be destroyed. I respect him for that. But it's the left hand. The left hand gotta lie. They gotta put up a front, like they gotta put up a philanthropic humanitarian front. Pretend to be all nice and shit. I hate that. All right, it's all fake. This guy doesn't have the world's best interests at heart. He wants to reduce the world population, man, to 500 million. And you know what? I hope he accomplishes not the 500 million part, because there's a lot of Jake in the world, and that's too many Jake. If you reduce the world population to 500 million, you're going to be touching 1/3, and you can't do that. All right, the 1/3 is off limits. But everybody else, if the Most High is not with you, man, you're gonna be taken by this devil. I'm gonna leave it there. Give all praise to Yahweh Señor Shai. Call halal, la Yahweh, Bahasam Yahweh Shai, Bahasam Kakodash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Bahasam Yahweh Shai, Bahasam Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Great Millstone, Shalom to the elect, Ababa Ball, Abad Kau Gawiyam, Abad Kau Adawamyam, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.